This is the second in a series of 2 episodes on gossip and conflict. If you haven't heard episode 76, start there. Have you ever wondered why gossip spreads so easily and why it's so hard to stop once it starts? What if the key to ending conflict in your church, family, or workplace is as simple as refusing to add one more stick of wood to the fire? Imagine what could happen if every believer took a personal stand to be vaccinated against the gossip virus, starting with you and me.
Welcome to Gleaning Mustard Seeds with Jerrie Barber. Mr. Barber is a preacher, a ventriloquist, a barefoot runner, and writes 2 blogs. When Jerrie communicates, he encourages people, try not to learn very much. Find a mustard seed. In the next few minutes, try not to learn very much. Look for something you can do to move a mountain, remove a stumbling block, or provide a stepping stone for yourself or someone else. And now, here's Jerrie with this week's mustard seed.
Well, why do people gossip anyhow? It's easy. It's easier to talk about somebody than to talk to the person of concern. Someone else could get the other person straightened out. Gossip is often an invitation for someone to talk to the person or persons who's bothering me. If that person can fix it, I won't have to. Secondly, it's exciting. Watching another person get what's coming to them gives people a rush. I may feel better when I can relate how someone else has done more wrong than I have, according to my accounting. But it's also a sin. God said don't do it. Mark 16:16 is read in my Bible. Jesus said it. I want to teach people how to be saved. Mark 18:15-17 is read in my Bible. Jesus tells how to address those who have missed the mark with us. I'm to go to that person who sinned. If that doesn't work, take 1 or 2 more. If that doesn't change him or me, I should involve more people to help. It helps no one. Everybody gets hurt. Individuals, churches, businesses, and other groups can't function well when people address their concerns to the wrong people. Gossip and tale-bearing divides churches, alienates family members, and harms business. How do you prevent gossip in yourself and discourage it in others? Let's talk about gossip and social media. Here are some tests for what I communicate on Facebook, X, or Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram. Number 1, is it true? Lying's wrong. Sharing and liking posts on Facebook and other platforms without verifying the accuracy is dishonest. It's spreading gossip. 2, is it kind? We're to speak the truth in love. 3, is it necessary? Matthew 12:35-37 says that every idle word that men shall speak, they will give an account of it in judgment. 4, are my motives right? 1 Corinthians 13:1-8 describes love. One of my biggest challenges is that love does not rejoice in iniquity. To be honest, I often enjoy finding out that people who disagree with me have made big mistakes. At least that's what I've heard. Another question, do I want to alienate 50% of all the people on the platform, such as Facebook? Do I want to offend them and never have an opportunity to talk with them about Jesus? Well, then why would people do it? Here's an illustration I think illustrates it well. This person said, when I was 12 years old, my best friend and I broke a window playing baseball. We looked around to see if anyone had seen us. No one was in sight except my youngest brother. We went over and offered him a piece of candy not to tell it. He refused it. I'll give you my baseball, I said. He said, no. Then what about my baseball and my new glove, my friend added. He said, no. Well, what do you want? And he said, I want to tell. And that's the reason people gossip. Peter Steinke said, Although we know today that secrets are a telltale characteristic of dysfunctional families, we often protect and refuse to expose irresponsible whisperers. Thus, many responsible people, by not facing up to the secrecy, participate in another kind of secrecy about the secrecy. It's all very anxious behavior. Here's what I found in church after church where I have worked with an intervention to stop serious conflict. People knew who was carrying wood to the fire. It's so well known that I made text expander snippets, shortcuts on my computer to write the names of a few people who were carrying wood to the fire. It was generally known throughout the congregation who was stirring the pot, and yet no one was doing anything about it. If a situation is chronic, if it's been going on a long time, it's because everybody likes it the way it is more than what it would take to change it. Dave Ramsey has a no gossip policy in his business. Gossip is defined as discussing anything negative with someone who can't help solve the problem. If a team member's discovered gossiping, they receive one warning. After that, they're fired. Yes, Dave's fired people for gossiping and says he'll do it again to keep it out of his company. Here's a rule of thumb. If you're talking to someone who is neither part of the problem nor part of the solution, it's probably gossip. If you're motivated by love and restoration and speaking to someone who can actually help, it isn't gossip. And here's the acid test. After we finish this conversation, what are we going to do to improve the situation? Rehearse and be prepared to ask and answer the question after talking and listening to less than complimentary comments about another person. What are we going to do about the situation? When will we do it? Would you like to see the church you attend get vaccinated for protection against the gossip virus? Here are 3 steps. Number 1, don't gossip. Without wood, the fire goes out. Without gossip, quarreling stops. Proverbs 26:20. 2, don't listen to gossip. Without gossiping ears, there'd be no gossiping tongues. If a situation's chronic, it's because everybody likes it the way it is more than what it would take to change it. This is from Bell South News, March 1977. The title of the article, It Takes Two to Make a Successful Obscene Call. It can happen any time, in mid-afternoon, late at night, even at the dinner table. You pick up your ringing phone only to be verbally assaulted by a torrent of disgusting obscenities, and the sick man that placed the call succeeds in sickening you. Happily, there's something you can do about obscene phone calls, something that will turn off a sick man faster than anything else. Simply hang up. It takes 2 to make a successful obscene call. A caller and a listener. In effect, by hanging up, you immediately neutralize the obscene caller. Law enforcement agencies, together with South Central Bell, are making these risky times for obscene callers. They risk not only their reputations, but a fine and jail sentence as well. Someday, obscene phone calls may be entirely eliminated. But until the time comes, the best way to deal with the obscene caller's hang-up is to hang up. And to neutralize gossipers, don't listen to gossip. 3, look for and use opportunities to say good, wholesome words that'll build others up and benefit those who listen. Ephesians 4:29, Paul wrote, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. If we stop adding wood to the fire and start building with grace, the church can become a place where conversations bring life, not destruction. Gossip thrives when courage dies, but where truth is spoken in love, healing begins.
Thank you for listening to Gleaning Mustard Seeds with Jerrie Barber. If you found a mustard seed, send a text or email with the link to a friend. This podcast was brought to you by Gail Barber's book, Fleecy Clouds, One Woman's Story of Surviving and Thriving After Childhood Abuse, by Gail Champion Barber and Alice Sullivan. Gail writes in the introduction to her book, I hope you find a blessing in this book that will add to your life and you can share with others. A difficult beginning didn't ruin the remainder of my life, and it doesn't need to ruin yours either. You can order your book from Amazon. There is a link in the show notes. Thank you for listening. Jerrie looks forward to next week as we continue to collect and plant mustard seeds.